It's Marco and Hannah from Love Island USA Season 5.
And you're watching Celeb Secrets. You know what? We have a great turnout here today. We're looking for the next bombshell for next season. And what better way to do that than coming here, meeting the people in person. They get to sit here at the fire pit. They get to do a slow-mo walk like a bombshell. So we're looking for the next bombshell and getting to meet the great fans, because without y'all, it's not possible.
Yeah, and I'm super excited for all the guys that I see out there. Like, I'm excited for the turnout, and I'm super excited to get to meet everybody who's, trying to be the next bombshell. And like I said, that's a challenge in its own, but I think we have a good group here, and I think there's going to be some pretty good contestants to, come on the next season next year. So I love the resemblance of how accurate it is to the villa, and, everybody who's going to walk in here is going to feel like they're actually living the experience that they deserve, and I'm just super happy to be able to bring light to these people.
Be yourself. And everyone, I feel like, always says that, but you want to really be your authentic self. Don't hold back. When you go on TV, people want to see the real you, obviously. So don't try to be like anybody else, too. Don't be trying to be the next Hannah and Marco, right, or the next, who's another one, Molly Mae and Tommy. You have to be yourself, and yeah, just be real.
Yeah. I can definitely attest to that. Obviously, being yourself is like the #1 standpoint anybody wants to shoot for. I would say just like lots of patience, and you never know what is going to happen when you enter the villa. You don't have a phone, you don't have a time, you don't have any outside communication. So just be okay being uncomfortable. So you got to be able to be comfortable being uncomfortable, and that is the #1 thing that has definitely helped me get through my days in the villa and just be really successful and in a really successful relationship. And people really do want to see the real you. So if you're up front from the casting, I was the same guy I was with my first casting video as I am sitting here. So
he was dancing.
I was dancing, jumping around.
That's Marco though. So.
Yeah, don't ever hide back your talents. You never know who has talent, or you never know what talent you have. So if you're just yourself and you're just being who you really are, you never know who would love to see that. And I'm really excited to see these people's talents here. So as corny as it is, as soon as I laid my eyes on Hannah, yeah. I say this every time, so it might get old, but as soon as I laid my eyes on her, as soon as she walked through the hideaway, I jumped up and I ran to her, and I was the first guy to give her a hug. Unfortunately, she didn't pick me right away, so I just kept my eyes on her the whole time, and I really knew right away, first off, physically, she is the most gorgeous person I ever laid my eyes on. And then when I was able to connect with her on a deeper level in our first conversation, I knew that I can. This is someone I want. And then I just every day I work towards it, and I couldn't be more happy where I'm at now.
When I walked in, Marco was just cheesing at me, and it I was like, oh my God, why is this guy smiling at me so much? So I needed to take some time, and physical type, he was totally my type, but I was like, okay, I want to make sure we have the same morals. We're goal-driven. And so we had a conversation about real estate, and then that was for me. I'm like, there's more to this kid. I want to know more about him, and I think that's how you have to be. You can't judge a book by its cover. That is the perfect explanation and perfect quote for our journey, because yeah, if I would have judged him at first, we wouldn't be here today, and we're together a year, and now I moved in with him, and we live together. Yeah.
And the beautiful part about the villa is it is the most challenging aspect you will have in your relationship.
Yeah.
Everything in the real life is easy now, from the Walmart runs to me going to fill up her gas tank when it's low. Everything is easy because all our challenges took place in the villa. And so being in the outside world, it just feels easy. It feels just a lot slower than it was in the villa. And that's how we were able to just remain so positive and such a good couple throughout our time. The process has been unbelievable. As a male, I learned that it's okay to open up about your feelings, and vulnerability within the male aspect isn't talked about a lot, and as well as men's mental health. I just think I want to be an advocate towards that, because when you're able to open up as a man and, give your love to a woman, and she's able to help you get over things, help you through life's processes, it's the most beautiful thing in the world. And I don't think a lot of people and a lot of men out there are very open about their mental health, and that's just something that I was very proud of, so.
Yeah, I think it's true. You realize a lot about people when they're in a low space, and oftentimes, you get emotional. You're not with your family. You're by yourself, and so I've seen Marco cry. He saw me cry in the first week there, and sometimes on the outside you're trying to hide that, but it's so funny. You're on TV in front of millions of people, but you feel more comfortable sharing and being more authentic. I did because we didn't have the outside factors. So it's ironic, yeah. We're always gonna be.
Yeah, we're gonna be upfront and honest. It was at first it was an extreme challenge.
Yeah.
I just have a little 1-1, so there wasn't much space for us, and I have a dog that's about the size of a human, so we were so crammed. But I ended up moving the towel closet and the shoe closet into a personal closet for Hannah to make room for all our clothes. So just the process of getting used to living together. My house was like Foot Locker locker room. I had jerseys everywhere with shoes on the wall.
Shoes mounted. It was like a man cave to the biggest extent.
Yeah, so there was a lot of change to the type of housing we were living in, but getting to live together and spending every second together just felt right because that's what we were doing for the whole show. Exactly. So for me to think that I have to go a day a week without her in my life, I was like, there's no way. So she's living with me. So since then, it's been a challenge, just getting to know each other's pace of life and, you know, our attitudes and how we treat each other when we're going through something. That was probably the hardest part, but it's been amazing since. Well, we do a whole bunch of date nights. We try to do like once a week, I would say. Obviously the beach is there, so we do a lot of beach walks, and I have a dog. So we bring like my dog on a lot of dates, but mostly it's going around trying like the best sushi because we love sushi.
Yes.
And just trying the best restaurants and really just spending quality time with each other.
Yeah, we did a paint night the other night. We got so bored.
I didn't want to talk about that. My painting was the worst thing.
We'll send you pictures and maybe you could like crop it on there.
We had a painting night and I was not happy with my artwork, so.
Yes, but we're like, okay, we could go do a wine and sip, but they're like, let's do this. You don't have to spend a lot of money to have good quality time, and that's what we did. So that was fun for me.
Obviously, I'm a big vacation traveler, so most of our dates, I know it sounds crazy, but we went to Jamaica for her birthday, so we had a lot of fun with that, and I just love traveling, and so does Hannah, so that's mostly where we could, like, really spend each other's time most.
True.
But yeah, little date nights every week, like little food spots and stuff. It's just a blast. Oh, I absolutely thought about the next step, like back in the villa.
Same.
Like if it was the show where I had to get on my knee, like The Bachelor or something, I would have totally done that. So I'm really not even worried about the next step. It already feels like we're married, and it already feels like the engagement process has been over with. It felt like that was the villa. So yeah, absolutely in the next step. But for us, the most exciting next step is we're looking to buy a house. So
very soon, yes. Our first house, be new homeowners. I feel like it'd be just such an accomplishment. Like, and it's like a next step in our relationship. So we kind of do things traditionally kind of backwards.
Yeah.
But now that I'm thinking about it out loud, I'm like, we are getting a house soon. But yeah, we're in a situation, fortunately, where we can buy a house. So, and that wouldn't be possible without Love Island too. So it all goes back to Love Island. Yeah.
So to break it down, I'm very upset with how it was going. I feel like it's great TV, it's great drama, but the way the men were acting in there would never have flown if I was in the villa. I just didn't think it was appropriate the way that they like raised their voice at the woman, and even Rob. Like I had such high hopes because he was a Casa boy for our season, but just the way they were treating the women throughout the season so far, I was not very happy with. But it is a lot of drama. I think that it's good. It's good to watch.
It's great TV. I think it's so much better as a viewer than our season. Like the drama, we're eating it up. Like it's no wonder it's so popular right now. I would love to see a little more love. So hopefully we see that in coming weeks, like some more couples and more love. Like, cause we had like three couples from our season are still together. So I would love to see more love. But I do like the people. And Rob, I love him. He was in Casa with me, but this is a tough situation too. That's what we got to remember. So I just can't wait to see what happens next.
Okay, I used to be artistic. I like to draw, I like to paint. I just like to express imaginary concepts on pen and paper, on like just anything to create a project. And I'm very handy as well, which nobody would ever think that. I would say that's my biggest secret. If you put a 2x4 in front of me, I'll be able to make anything out of it. So
now what's one for me? I feel like I'm pretty out there, but no, I definitely do have some things. I'm a big reality TV show fanatic. I did always see myself kind of going on one just because I'd watch any reality TV show. I watched this one about cowboys the other day. Like, I just love reality stuff. I would love to be a Real Housewife. So Marco's studying to be a chiropractor. I would love to be on Married to Medicine because he's in medicine.
Can I give you props to cooking?
Yes.
Oh yeah, she's the best cook that I've ever had. So, obviously, but she meal preps for us every week. I can't appreciate her any more than I already do, just for everything she does for us and for the little family we have. So, not a lot of people ever get to see her cooking. She doesn't post any cooking videos, but she is an amazing cook, and I'm really thankful for it.
My mom is like very Mexican, so I'm very much like old school, kind of like keep the house together, clean and cook and clean. So maybe people don't know that about me.
No.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.